Hi guys, I'm the Dutch Movie Guy, and today I'm finally reviewing Star Wars Aftermath: Empire's End. I know the book came out a while ago, almost a month ago, and I got it opening day. Like, when it released, I got it, and I started reading it, and then I stopped reading it, and it was really tough to get through this book. I finally got through it, finally pushed through it, after people telling me, yeah, no, it gets better in the second half of the book, so I was like, okay, just get to the second half. I will admit, it does get better in the second half, but still, not a big fan of this book. If you want to know what I think about the first two Aftermath books, click the links in the description down below. Both are spoiler-free. I will say, though, if you watch this review, I assume you've read those, because there are a lot of things that tie into the previous two books, of course, because this is finishing the trilogy, finishing the Aftermath trilogy. Finally, hopefully, the last time that we ever see Chuck Wendig write Star Wars, because... Also, I have to give somewhat of a spoiler warning for Empire's End. There are things in this book that I kind of have to talk about, and those are kind of spoilers. Yeah, no, definitely spoiler warning. Here's the thing. If you would have wanted to read the book, you would have already. If you're, like me, struggling to get through it, I will say it does get better towards the end, so push through it, and that's it. The thing is, if you've not read the book, I don't think spoilers are that big of an issue. You should know what is in this book to know why you should or should not read this book. I definitely will say that the spoilers will prepare you to read this book. You will want to know what happens in this book, because otherwise you read it and you'll, like me, probably be really pissed off with certain things. Because, like, the first 100 pages were absolute garbage in every sense of the word. They were horrible. There is nothing good about the first 100 pages. It made me so angry. It made me as angry as I could possibly get, like when I watched Attack of the Clones. That is the worst possible fucking thing that Star Wars has ever done, and it's fucking canon. This was the same like that. The first 100 pages were so aggravating that I wanted to just kill everyone, just throw the book, just destroy it just made me so fucking angry, because there is so much shit in the first 100 pages. They make the holiday special canon. The holiday special, widely regarded as absolute garbage, and everyone's glad that that is not canon anymore. Even George Lucas said that if there was one thing that he could erase from memory, was the holiday special. It was like he admitted that he made garbage with that. And it's like, I've never seen it, luckily, but when I was reading it, I was like, this is garbage. And then I figured out it was the holiday special, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing, Wendig? This is horseshit. You can't write Star Wars. I was so angry. As I said, later on it gets better. But if you get that interlude in the first 100 pages, it's so aggravating. The second one is maybe even more insulting, you know. We were done with Jar Jar Binks after the prequels, but this book reintroduces him into the canon. Because why not? Everyone loves Jar Jar, right? Wendig, are you fucking kidding me? Jar Jar's horseshit. Why are you bringing him into canon? And I already saw before the book came out that Jar Jar's fate would be in this book. I was like, so if you would have one throwaway line that Jar Jar Binks died a few years after the rise of the Empire, that would have been cool. That would have been it, and you would not have... But no, Jar Jar Binks is alive on Naboo in this book, that I was like, what the fuck is happening? What the fuck is happening? Why are you throwing this shit at us? It just tires me so much that Wendig just doesn't understand how to write Star Wars. I'm so done with this. It pains me. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I love most of the Star Wars things, but there are some things you just don't do. One of those things is fucking Jar Jar fucking Binks. Come on. Let's just move past that, because as I said, the first 100 pages are so god-awful. They made me so angry. I physically feel pain reading that. I can't explain this enough. I can't stress this enough. I really know that I should move on to my next points and say what is good about this book, but I can't. There's something inside my head that has to explain how immensely painful those first 100 pages were. Jar fucking Binks. Jar Binks is in this fucking book. He is fucking alive. He is still roaming around on Naboo doing shit. We should not have this. You are writing fiction. You can write him out of the story that he has died a few years after the rise of the Galactic Empire, and you would have been done with that, and I would have been cool with it. But introducing him that he's still alive, still doing things, is absolute garbage! Are you fucking kidding me? I'm so done with this. And the first Aftermath gives you that crap. And Life Death gives you that kind of crap. And this book gives you that kind of crap. And I do not at all understand the people who love this book. Do you love it because the eclipse got mentioned? I love that part as well. But it's one small part in an overall 425-page book, which overall has a lot of shit, garbage, and just is not good. I don't understand these people who love these books blindly just because it's Star Wars. I love Star Wars. I love most of the Star Wars things, but I can recognize shitty writing like this. Alright. Once again, we have the characters back. Nora Wexley, Temmin Wexley. I still don't give a shit about them. I still think Nora is like the worst protagonist you could possibly have in a book. So when you follow those characters throughout the first few 100 pages, I'm like, I don't give a shit about this. I want to get to the Battle of Jakku, but the Battle of Jakku doesn't start until 275 pages into this book. The first 275 pages are uninteresting, boring, aggravating, annoying shit that I don't care about. It's just so bad. It's so bad in every way that I'm like, what the fuck? The last 150 pages, as I said, are good. Those are things that I enjoy. Action is cool. I actually start to care a little bit more about the characters. Yes, even Nora Wexley, even though my love for her will never be that big at all. But hey, I almost cared for her at the end. I almost cared for Temmin. One of my biggest cheers is that Mr. Bones is less in this book than the previous two. The first had a lot of Mr. Bones and I hated him. The second had less of him. I appreciated that it was less, and this has even less. That was good. That was fine. I like that. And he dies. And he fucking dies. He just gets blown up by an A-Wing. Yes! I was cheering with joy when Bones died. I was like, finally, we have him gone. That was a cheer. So as I said, like, last 150 pages, the Battle of Jakku itself, that's good. You could have done more with it, though. They could have done a lot longer of battle in the book. It could have been like Lords of the Sith, where essentially the entire book is one big battle. They didn't choose to do that, because it's fucking Wendig, and fucking Wendig doesn't know how to write Star Wars. But hey, last 150 pages give you something. As much crap as I give these books, Sinjir is a great character. Sinjir is the one character that I have cared about since the beginning, and I still care about him in this book. And I was happy to see what happens to him. I won't spoil that, but I was happy to see what happens to him. Now, some other issues I have, I already had it with the first and second Aftermath book, and still in this one, I just don't like the writing style that Wendig uses. It's simplistic in one way, but overly complicated in another way. I mean, I know my English vocabulary pretty well, but there are some words he uses in this book that I'm like, you could have used easier words. And he tries to just use very difficult words for the sake of it, I guess. I don't know. Honestly, he has a lot of spelling mistakes, grammar mistakes. There are sentences that I reread over and over, words that I reread over and over, and then I'm pretty goddamn sure that they're spelling mistakes, grammar mistakes. I'm a grammar Nazi myself. I know my spelling pretty well, and I know for a fact that there are mistakes in this book that I'm like, what the fuck? How can you fuck that up? It's bullshit. So those kind of things just also take me out of the book, because it's like, why the fuck do you do that? Parts that I like about the book are some fan service things. Once again, they make some Legends things that are cool canon, like some stuff of Knights of the Old Republic. As I said, the Eclipse is canon. As someone who played Empire at War, Forces of Corruption a couple of times, and I absolutely love the end battle with the Eclipse above the Kuwait shipyards. Now to have the Eclipse in canon, and it ends on a cliffhanger. The Eclipse, apparently controlled by I don't know who. Ray Sloan is there. It's like, it ends on a cliffhanger that I'm like, I want to see what happens next. So my idea really was like, cut out the first 250 something pages that were complete bullshit. You don't need that. Use the last 150 pages and then actually do another 250 pages of what happens after that. That would have been an amazing book. Instead, we end up with something. You get a mention of Thrawn. Pretty cool. Not confirmed if he is alive or dead at this point. Just a confirmation that thanks to what he did in the unknown regions, the Empire is there now. And that's where the Eclipse is, and that's where it ends. So that's a cool ending. I give it that. It's just that to get to that ending, you gotta go through a lot of shit, as I said, that I don't see myself reading this book again anytime soon. Maybe the last half of the book, because that is nice. Other than that, Empire's End, it's not good, guys. And honestly, I don't get people who like these books. The Aftermath books are as bad as the prequels, in my opinion. I will give Aftermath Empire's End a 5.5 out of 10. As I said, better than the first Aftermath, worse than Life, Death, and Empire's End is just there. It's not good, and it ranks among the worst canon books, in my opinion. And as I said, I honestly don't get people who like these books. Please, if you do like the book, explain me why you like this book, and don't give me the crap that you like some of the fan service things. I mean, yes, I loved the Eclipse mention. When I first saw the Eclipse, I cheered with joy, but that's one part in a 400 plus page book. Please tell me why you like this book, if you like it, or if you don't like it like myself, if there were other things that I haven't mentioned that you also didn't like about the book. Please, whatever you think, let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you've liked my review and you want to see more of my movie, trailer, and Star Wars reviews, click right here.